maybe I don't put it together like 2 + 2 = 4. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. There's toxicity. When the toxicity happens, a little overdoing it, like an argument, disagreement, an expectation. An expectation that is not fulfilled. And the repercussions of that, the next day, I'm in a hangover. But I don't call it a hangover. It's a toxic reaction, but I don't put 2 and 2 together. Aloha. Alex here with Aloha Speaks once again. And the topic today is Fantasy Island. It could be a reflection of maybe Hawaii Island, because easy to fantasize that it's a special place that magical things can happen, and develop the fantasies around that. That's not what it's really about. Although it's paralleling. It's paralleling because let's go to Hawaii for escape, because in the parentheses, the first word is escape. And there's a dash. The word pain. Some form of pain. Comes in many forms. There's a slash and a red word. Relationships. Another slash. Here's the stretch. It's hangovers. Dash withdrawals. What the heck does that have to do with anything? It's a stretch. Something I've learned in the world of toxicity, because that also comes in many forms. All right, I'm going to jump ahead here. The first fantasy I ever had was behind this trilogy. I was really young. I was a reader. I learned to read really young, and I got into books and that trilogy, The Lord of the Rings. But it began with the book, The Hobbit. And in that book, I'm pretty sure it was in there. They were in the Mirkwood Forest, and it really upset me all the way till today. It's like yesterday. I don't know. I was like 12 years old. And they were in there for so long, and it was so treacherous, and they were wondering, when are we going to get out of here? And they sent someone up to climb to the top of the tree to look, and it went on forever. But the narrator of the story was saying, from the bird's eye view, it was because they were in a swale. And so if they were not in the swale, they would have seen that at that fork in the road they were trying to decide which way to go. If they would have gone to the right, they would have popped right out. Just in no time, they would have popped right out of the edge, but it looked like it went on to forever because of the swale they were in. So they opted to continue going, which it did. It kept going and going. It's the fantasy, right? It's the fantasy. It's like anything can happen, but paralleling it to life. Like, if I only would have known, I could have gone that way. No, no. In these relationships, I don't notice like I do, okay, say, with alcohol or other substances, and you could say drugs. Something even as minor as marijuana. Maybe I don't even notice with that. But with alcohol, they even have a product out now that says, take this before drinking so you don't have a hangover. There's a fantasy in me, in my mind, before I take that drink, that the reason I take it is so I'm going to feel better. That's why. Because, man, I got to take some stress off. I'm not liking, oh yeah, I need a drink. Fantasy. Yeah. And then I end up, because I overdo it, with a hangover. Worse. Tie it into relationships. So I don't notice this as loudly. I get into a relationship. It could be any relationship. Even a friend relationship. I get into it because in the beginning, I am feeling like, yes, this is what I need, and this is working. And then something happens. Maybe I don't put it together like 2 + 2 = 4. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. There's toxicity. When the toxicity happens, a little overdoing it, like an argument, disagreement, an expectation. An expectation that is not fulfilled, and the repercussions of that, the next day, I'm in a hangover. But I don't call it a hangover. It's a toxic reaction, but I don't put 2 and 2 together. So, there's a relation to, it relates, but it's discounted out of maybe ignorance, because I'm not looking at it. So it requires my effort to put it together. I have a list here. There's relationships. It's like the same thing happens with money. I think that I need more money, so I end up with more money. And what I don't put together is like all that stress that happened to get the more money. It's toxic. And then I end up with a hangover from the toxicity of getting the money, and the promise of the money to get me less stress is exactly the opposite. But I'm not looking at it. It takes effort for me to look at it and go, wait a second, something's wrong with this picture. The same thing with the career. I go, well, I need to change my careers because this one's not working for me. And then I get a different career, and it promises something to me, and that promise doesn't come true. What ends up happening is toxicity. I end up with a hangover, but I don't put 2 and 2 together unless I put the effort into, and what's behind that effort is honesty. The one thing that I have never ever had a hangover, these are energetic hangovers. Any form of hangover with is honesty. It's, of course, it's not like fun, maybe. In a way, the results are awesome, but not ever a hangover. It's not ever toxic. It's the other side of it. It's detoxing. So also the same thing. Oh, I need a hobby, and then I find out that the hobby is toxic, and then I go, oh, diet and exercise. Oh, okay, so I'm going to do diet and exercise. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing any of these things, any of them. But when the diet and exercise, I walk 5 miles. I'm up to 6 miles a day. But I make sure it's at least 5 miles. No. It's a good thing. What I'm talking about is I have to be honest with myself that when I overdo something and it becomes, I'm making an expectation and I'm saying, oh, it's going to make me happy. It is going to bring me peace. It is going to do something that it's not even designed to do. That becomes toxic. That's the honesty. Same thing with gambling. I've done it with gambling. It goes on and on. Same thing with sex. Same exact thing with sex. Same. Doesn't do it. Oh, it promises it. Yeah, I need it. I gotta have it. No, it doesn't deliver. My honesty. It's this escape. The first word was escape, because what is it that I'm escaping? It's some form of pain, because even if it's a slight emotional pain of discomfort, there's something to look at there. I'm not even going to go there right now, but I'll tell you what, I'll go there. Self-esteem. For me, this is what I find for me. It's deep. Yeah, it's from way back. I call it therapizing. I avoid, unless I'm going to a therapist, a licensed, experienced therapist, let them do the therapizing, not me. I don't do therapizing. Honesty, yes, that I do. But I acknowledge it's the self-esteem. A little pain there. Escape. It's escaping. Is it escaping reality? Or is it escaping the illusion of reality? Darn good question. For me always to look at, because what I find out is that what I'm escaping is an illusion of the reality, which is really a huge relief, because reality is beautiful, because that's what is. Until next time. Aloha.
From the Big Island of Hawaii, welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono by Alexander Noman, offering relief for all relationships with a focus on anger assessment and resolve.